5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello. How are you this morning? Well, I'm just fine, and I have another story for you today. It's entitled Safe as Poison. Who ever heard of safe poison? Well, this poison isn't safe. Well, Nzoko lived in an African jungle in a village, not far away from a grass roof and a wall made from sticks with plastered mud with them. He was a hunter of great courage and skill, and his son, Hongo, was learning to hunt like his father. Well, near the hunter's house was a great bayou tree, and beneath its roots was a big hole in which lived Nzoko, the snake, and his wife. Now Nzoko was very hungry, and one day he said to his wife, "Behold, there's never enough food to comfort my stomach." Well, she was not happy when she heard his words because she had been gathering food for both of them. So she replied, "Why then do you not get your own food?" Nzoko hissed, "I will get my food in my own way. My stomach drives me to it." But his wife warned him, "You be careful. You get into trouble. Your wisdom ceases where your stomach begins." Nzoko hissed again, "I will do what I know to be safe. I am very wise. I will not get caught." Well, so he wriggled his way out of the nest beneath the roots of the tree and through the warm dust until he came close to the house where the hunter, Parembi, lived. Parembi's son, Hongo, had 7 chickens, the busiest of which was Cuckoo, the hen. Well, she had laid nice white eggs that Hongo collected every day. So the snake could hear her clucking loudly to prove that she had laid an egg. His beady eyes rolled and his tongue went out and in with flashing speed. The noise of the hen meant food, delicious food. He was hungry. Right then he wanted that egg more than anything. Silently, Nzoko slid to the house. The mud plaster of the wall had broken away at the bottom, and there was one place where he could just squeeze his body between the sticks and the ground. He stuck his head inside. There beside the grain bin. Yes, right beside the grain bin. And not far from him was a big new egg. He wriggled up to it. It was warm, the sort of egg that brings joy to a snake. My, how good it looked. He made Nzoko's mouth water, for he was very hungry. Nzoko raised his head, opened his mouth wide, and swallowed the egg in a jiffy. It went down his throat, making a bulge in his body as it moved. Silently, he turned around and crawled back to the hole in the wall. His head went through, and also his neck. But when the bulge in his body reached the hole, it stopped. Well, the hole was just big enough for his body to squeeze through, but not for the bulge made by the egg. So he gently knocked his body against the sides of the hole. The egg was fresh and warm, and Nezoko had no trouble breaking the shell so he could slide through the hole. Mmm, it is delicious, he said in a broken voice. Well, home again, under the roots of the great bayou tree, he coiled up and went to sleep. His wife came back soon, seeing Nezoko so contented and fast asleep. She suspected he had found food. "What have you been doing?" she asked. "Where have you been? What trouble have you been in?" Oh, Nezoko twitched his tail angrily, and his tongue flickered in and out. "I have my own ways. I follow the paths of wisdom, ways that are safe." He closed his eyes again, and his wife went on, "Well, you be careful or you'll get into trouble. You know you will." The snake was not listening. He thought he knew best. Well, for 3 days after that, Nezoko sneaked into Parembi's house and swallowed an egg that Cuckoo had laid. Oh my. Hongo, Parembi's son, began to miss the egg each day. He couldn't understand what was happening to it. On the 4th day, he asked his father, "Where are the eggs laid by my hand?" Cuckoo. Well, Hongo and Parembi looked around carefully. Then they saw the mark where the body of the snake had slid across the dirt floor. Well, Hongo, said the hunter, "someone is stealing the eggs. It looks like Nezoko the snake. So let us take an egg and boil it in a pot until it's very hard. Tomorrow when the hen Cuckoo lays her egg, we will put the hard-boiled egg in its place. And you and I, my son, will hide behind the grain bin and watch." They cooked an egg. Oh, very hard. The next morning, Cuckoo laid a very nice white egg, and outside to cackle her song of triumph, before Nezoko and the egg came within sight of the egg. Oh no! Hongo changed it for a hard-boiled one, and then he began. They began to hide behind the grain bin. Oh no, what would happen? Well, the snake had come so often that he knew just where the egg would be laid. And soon he stuck his head into the hole in the wall and looked around. "There is nothing dangerous in this," he said. "It is safe." Well, through the hole he squeezed and wriggled up to the egg and swallowed it. And down his throat it went, just like the others had gone, making the same kind of bulge the others had made. Quickly he slithered back to the hole in the wall and started out. When the bulge made by the egg would not let Nezoko slide through the hole, he bashed his body against the sides to crush the shell. So as he had done before, but it would not be crushed. Again and again he thumped his body until it bruised, and he was stuck fast. Then Parembi and his son quickly came from the grain bin, and wallop, that was the end of the snake. Not such a smart snake after all. Nazoko's sin finally caught up with him. Ah, but be sure your sin will find you out. Numbers 32:23 tells us, you might think you can get away without being caught. But when you listen to wrong voices, you make wrong choices. Well, what a story. A story to remember about sin. Give your life to the Jesus Christ, and then he will keep you from sin. Because God loves you, and so do I. Bye.